We don't normally do this on the weekend, as most followers will know. But, well, you can tell by my dress. I was trying hard to take it easy today and to put the cares of the world behind me and behind everybody else. But I'm afraid that looking at the newspaper headlines and then looking at the latest news, we just have to say something. This station and I have tried hard to argue that switching a leader in midstream would be a foolish thing to do. We're not and haven't taken a position on Boris or what he's doing, or how wise or sensible he may have been, but just the question of leadership. But now I see no leadership. It seems that he's dug his heels in as far as a tax rise is concerned. So we're going to have economic problems, which undoubtedly, as a wealthy elite, he will not experience himself personally, and most of his cabinet won't, and most of the fat and sassy people in government won't. It's the rest of us that will suffer. So I'm sorry. Time for you to go, Boris. Time for you to go, dear boy. Yeah, I have lost sympathy. You've lost my support, and I suspect that since I represented in any poll several 100,000 people, that there are several 100,000 who feel the same way. The problems that beset us are reflected in the fact that Cressida Dick and the Scotland Yard have now got involved in the Sue Gray report. Now nobody knows whether we're going to have a report, not have a report, what the police are doing. But the whole point really is that crime is rising at an alarming rate. There are now more lawlessness on the streets than you can shake a stick at. Far more than at pre-lockdown times. And what are the Met doing? And reflected undoubtedly by other police forces across the country, is that they are looking at whether they should prosecute or whether there's any wrongdoing at Westminster because of the bloody cake with its icing. Well, it's all got totally out of hand. And I'm sorry, but I have lost total and utter sympathy, not only with Boris, but with his cabinet and with his party. And that doesn't mean to say that I support anybody else, because I don't see anybody else ready to take over, which means that the entire country is in a hell of a mess. Talk about scrambled egg. I've lost complete and utter trust and confidence in the coppers. And what's happening in Scotland Yard may not directly affect here, but you can see a fair reflection of it. And as for local governance, it's been in a dreadful state for some time. And I see nothing to suggest that it's going to get better, or that reform, or even politicians and the executive accepted that they need reform, that they need change. The country, and our part of the country particularly, is in one hell of a mess. And I have no idea how to get out of it, other than to keep on yelling the odds until people say the boring old fart is at it again, but perhaps we better listen to him. That's the way I feel this Saturday, and that's why Mirador has taken the unusual step of having a break an egg on a Saturday, even though it's now 11:45 when I'm doing this, so the morning is over. But I've been trawling my way through what's happening, and it is not a pretty sight, not a pretty sight at all. So that's it for the moment. We'll keep an eye on affairs as we go through the morning, as we go through the weekend, to see what the hell is going on. And if we haven't actually got a broken down society by the time we wake up on Monday morning, I'll be very, very, very surprised. Pleased, but surprised. Until we actually find something else, which could easily be in an hour's time. But let's assume that calm will descend over the chaos until Monday morning. Until then, this is Keith Hayes, Mirador Television in East Sussex. Toodle, 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 pip.